What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala. Well, today is not only a special episode, the guest is shaking his head, but we won't introduce him yet because he's shaking his head and judging our fucking intro as he sits opposite us.
Yeah.
But today is a special episode because who we have next is the person we recorded our first ever podcast with.
Yeah.
When it was called what?
The Mothshroom. I can't even pronounce it properly, man.
Fucked up names, yeah. That was the name of our first podcast series, the Mothshroom. Because our goal was when the guests come, they will be in the Mothshroom, like MOF Shroom.
Wow.
No, I just regret giving an intern the responsibility of naming our podcast. That's what happened. Yeah.
So just blame the intern. Blame the intern. But yes, today we have none other than how to describe him. He's been a great collaborator for us. He was on our first podcast. He's always a great person to work with. He helped us with our recent stand-up gig, and he's a great stand-up comedian of his own. Please welcome Mr. Fakkah Fuzz.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I got a bit too excited at the sound of my own name. Sorry about that.
That's why.
By the way,
Fuzz.
by the way, guys, I think Yalabat is a far better name.
Yeah.
Right?
We are quite proud of
It's
it.
a far better. Yalabat is something that you would actually
Say.
I bet it was like a euphoric moment for you guys. Also, I bet it was a very eureka moment. Like Yalabat.
Yeah, in some way.
Terrence, it's Yalabat. Terrence. And then Terrence like, oh my god, yes. Then you like rush to the office, right? You rush to the office, write
Buy
it down.
domain name.
Buy domain name.
Buy
like,
domain name.
Bro.
Yeah.
Do you guys get as excited as like hip hop artists when they like find a new beat and then like find a hook? I don't know if you see any of those hip hop documentaries.
No, like whenever we find a name to something we need to name, or we find, I don't know, like when we need to select music tracks for editing, I feel that when I hear a track, I'm like, fuck, this is perfect for the track.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, more than music tracks. Even just an idea, a good idea, man.
Shit.
You feel
You
it,
call each other in the middle of the night. Okay, bro, this is the skit, bro.
Message,
not like that.
message,
Message.
I don't like. He's one of those like.
I message.
You know WhatsApp. You know some people they message everything in one chunk.
Yeah,
so
he
you
doesn't.
take your time to
No,
read
no,
it.
yeah.
He's the one like, hey, how are you? Hey, what are you doing now?
Okay.
Hey, listen to this idea.
It might even. I think I've gotten better, but I'm still a break. A break into a different.
No,
thing,
you are horrible at WhatsApp messages, bro. Like you talk like I don't know what voice you're talking in when you're WhatsApping. Like this guy WhatsApped me once and then he went like, hey Fuzz, how was your stand-up gig? And I thought it was a regular question. So I was like, hey man, it was I thought it was okay. And then she was like, oh really? How so? I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who uses how so? Like which grandmother is texting me right now? How so, my boy?
No, I would. In the recent Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan podcast, there was one time Dave Chappelle asked the same question. He just I cannot find it because I wanted to send it to you. I'm like, fucking Dave Chappelle says how so. Okay, Dave Chappelle says how so.
Until you give me that clip, bro, I'm not gonna stop giving you shit about it.
Yeah. No, it's true. He's one of the few people who, from the way he writes his WhatsApp, you know how he's feeling at that point when he writes you the WhatsApp.
I think deep down inside, bro, you're a Chinese auntie, bro. I think deep down in your heart.
I don't use that many emojis, right?
Chinese auntie got use emoji,
a lot
man.
of emojis.
Not about emojis. It's like the full stop or the way you ask things. Like, how so? Like, how so?
This is the podcast. This is why it's for both of you shitting on me.
No. But better still, okay. At least you're not one of those dads that uses the full stop as like spacing. Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
Yes. But we're very excited to have Fuzz here as well.
Hey, thanks, man.
Last week we did have Studio over to talk about the touchy issue of race.
Are we gonna get into it? Like you guys gonna get into it real quick?
I was going to say, it's been 3 years since Fuzz came on the podcast. How are things? How so? Fuzz. But
what a way to not get you guys cancelled. Get guests come here to say the shit that you want to say, so that they get cancelled and your podcast gets more streams. That's exactly brilliant, bro.
Yeah, it worked with Sudhir.
Brilliant.
It worked with Sasha. Now it's you, bro.
next in line.
We had Indian, Chinese. Now is the holy trinity,
bro. Here I'm sitting here thinking to myself like, hey man, these guys are good guys. Like, they haven't had me on for a while. They want to talk to me. Now I realize I'm just here to fill a fucking quota.
Actually, we got the email from MOM. They said, okay, you've had Indian guests, Chinese guests, you need a Malay guest.
You need a Malay guest. And who else, right?
Yeah, we couldn't get Faris. We couldn't get Farah.
They were busy with actual work that they have. during these troubling times. And then we were like, which one of the siblings has less work? Which one of them will probably be free on a weekday?
No, but it's Friday. It's Friday afternoon.
Friday
It's a very
afternoon.
precious time. So
Hey,
we're very thankful.
Don't anyhow say
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, bro. Later people know I didn't go prayers.
Yeah. Late afternoon.
Late
Friday,
afternoon.
late
Nobody know what time, right?
Late
Late
afternoon. It's
Okay, if
dark outside.
anything, I didn't get the registration. I didn't get my spot, you know?
yes, correct, yes.
Yeah, so don't blame me for
You
that.
told me the other day that the website went down, right?
Yeah, bro, the
booking
website crashed during Hari Raya because it's like a tradition every time for my dad and all the men in the family,
Yeah.
you know, to go to the mosque and pray for every Hari Raya morning.
Yeah.
So the last year we didn't get to do that because of COVID. So this year we thought it'd be a nice thing for us to maybe just register quick lah. If we don't even get to go visiting, maybe if you get that'll be pretty cool, you know? I couldn't get it, bro. At 10, bro, it was like, I don't know, it was like Coachella, bro. The whole thing fucking The whole fucking thing. It was like Muslim Coachella, bro. The whole system crashed. I bet, right? Some families, those guys with like 11 kids or something. Like, I bet they had like 3-4 computers on fucking standby, bro. Like, like, you know how you want to get tickets for like Burning Man or some shit? Yeah, it was exactly that. Crashed. I had friends that got through, and they only got like one. Okay, yeah, you can only get one placing anyway. So it's everyone for themselves, bro. Like you cannot book for your mother, father all at the same time. You have to book like for you. So like if you get, and then if your dad don't get, then you gotta be like,
Got no scalpers or anything.
sorry,
Like you get a slot.
you get a slot and you sell. Wow, that one. You don't just get a place reserved in hell. I think you get VIP treatment, bro, in hell. Like, the devil will greet you himself. I'm like, have you been selling?
But now it's almost a new excuse to not do anything religious lah. Like you can't go for prayers. Because I know for people who are maybe not the most religious, going for prayers, like for me also when my mom says go temple, I'm like, but now you can say website crash.
I mean, last time now it's website crash lah. Back then I always use the excuse that I was on my period. But like the next one is usually crash. I don't know, man. I don't usually go, but sometimes I do lah. Sometimes, right, we call it hidayah. In the Muslim world, you know, when you get that epiphany or you get that calling, you're like, yeah, this is the time where
you do feel that?
You gotta get. I get spiritual sometimes too, bro.
Like when? When was the last time? When was the last time? 2002. Yeah.
Don't judge me, man. I get spiritual sometimes, bro.
Yeah, so
I
when?
do.
When was the last time? No, I'm curious, what was the incident that kicked off the spiritual journey?
Oh man, life has been throwing a lot of curveballs at me and I haven't gone back there since. But like,
I see.
I don't know when the last time. I think maybe when you want to make a very big decision and you're unsure and then like you don't have anywhere to go and then you suddenly look up and go like, hey God, I know we haven't been talking for a while.
Yeah, I was asking it not to push you into a corner. It's just I'm always curious how the past year and a half has been for people. And I know like anyone in the creative media industry is like it's been interesting lah. Interesting.
Yeah. As you grow older, honestly, I see the purpose of faith.
Like, you do?
Yeah, I see the purpose of it.
Yeah.
But I think entirely indulging in it is another frame altogether, or is another mindset altogether. But you see a use for it, and you see what kind of balance it brings if you choose to go and you choose to adapt it into your life.
And when you say faith, is it the religious kind of faith or just faith in something?
Whatever that you're inclined to, man. Like for me, like I was born in a Muslim family, and and traditionally all of us subscribe to the Muslim faith.
Yeah.
So something that goes into the depths of like spirituality or something that like submitting to a higher power or whatever. Like the most common and familiar thing for me would be in the Muslim context, right? But I also understand that like there's many people in this world and they have like all these different interpretations of it lah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't exactly, I don't know, like sometimes if it's in front of my face, I will read it. But if it's not, I wouldn't go searching for like, what do chakras mean? I don't,
I see.
Yeah, I don't really get bothered. I shit on it a lot just to be funny. But like, honestly, I have very little to zero understanding about it.
But then like, Terence, for you, ever since you had a kid, do you find that faith thing, any change in that?
Yeah.
No, I think
No, it's okay. Conversation end. Yeah.
If I were you, right? If I were you, I would say something like the fact that anybody wanted to have baby with me proves that there is a God. It's fair. It's fair. Like the world is fair. I deserve love.
Yeah.
You know, God is watching and God has blessed me. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but you're asking in what sense? In the I mean there's a way to be spiritual without religion. Yeah, religion in it. So I mean I subscribe a lot to humanism. You know,
right?
Basically,
what is that
about? Believing that the mantra. You don't subscribe to a higher faith, but you believe that there is a natural order to things, and that your purpose in life. You have a purpose in life, and that is to be good lah, to do good for the world as a human being. So you still can gather with people, you still can sing, but you basically singing about nature or
and there are humanist meetups in Singapore.
There are
Right?
humanist.
Can I just ask, although I still don't understand, right? Why is religion the most taboo topic to talk about? Like,
Is it the most taboo?
I think it is. Nobody will get more pissed off at you than if you say something opposing about their religion to their face. And like attacking their religion. If somebody were to attack my religion, I think that would be the cap for me, like the level 10 of getting angry, as opposed to somebody just insulting what I'm wearing today. Okay, that will also be level 10.
So you're saying you feel that also?
I'm kidding, huh?
You're saying you feel that also?
Not so much for me. To me, it's like faith is faith lah. If you don't believe and then you tell me you don't believe and you tell me my faith is crap, then that's you.
It's like a dietary preference. Is it? I'm low carb.
Something like
but I'm also Hindu.
I had low carb muruku the other day, by the way. Yeah. I had low carb muruku the other day, by the way. I know.
Low
Can
carb
I just say
muruku.
because they gave it to me for free? I'm just gonna say it gets the job done. I'm not gonna say it's the best muruku ever because that's possibly a lie.
Yeah.
Right. But if you want to be healthy and you want something that has taste, it gets the job done. Yeah, there's a little trivia and segue, but as I said, like religion.
But
everybody
have you ever fucked up somebody because of they said something about religion or what?
No lah. I've ever wanted to. When I was in secondary school, somebody said something about I actually say it in my joke. One of my friends actually did make fun of the Mecca and the Kaaba or whatever. They say the whole ritual to him was stupid, and he actually voiced out.
This is where they
when they were circling the Kaaba, and he thought it was. I mean, he voiced out saying that it was stupid, and at that point of time, I think I was about 16. I wanted to physically attack the guy, but it was really out of reflex and out of me thinking that that's what you're supposed to do, as opposed to me really disagreeing with him and going hey, no, it's not stupid, and the real reason they're doing that is because of ABCD. But I didn't have that, so because of that, I thought of physically attacking him because I thought that was the way to defend it. I didn't because we were in a classroom context. It would get me into more trouble. But it's funny that's the reaction that came out. That was the feeling. So that's why until today I'm okay, maybe it's a big part of themselves. If I insult your religion, it's a big part of you. So technically I'm also insulting you, I guess.
And it's almost your family, maybe.
Your identity.
Your identity.
Your entire thing. So that's what you attach yourself to the most, and that's why I guess they get the most.
But when you're performing, anyone heckle you that way or
heckle got lah, but I mean
nothing religious.
Nothing that I can't handle. I don't talk about my belief system, or I don't talk about how I find this, what my opinions are about this belief, or what my opinions are about that belief. I don't, but I do talk about my experiences with the beliefs, my the way I practice the belief. If it's maybe wrong, or if there's something funny in the way that I do it that is not supposed to be the actual way, I'll talk about that, or I talk about somebody else saying something that made me offended about or not offended, but made me feel some kind of in a funny way, oh, why is this guy saying this about my religion? But I wouldn't go as far as to be this is what I think, because then it opens up a debate that ends fucking nowhere, bro. It just opens up a whole.
So you're not the kind to have long Facebook or Instagram posts.
Bro, I skip the whole goddamn thing. Do you find this nowadays? Every time somebody, if their premise takes too long, right?
Yeah.
On anything, skip. Fuck it. you don't get like, you know, hey guys, so here I am, and today I was thinking to myself, it's a Monday, 3:00. Skip, fuck it, I don't care.
But then
I don't care.
Then the long Facebook posts, you know, like people still write long Facebook posts,
long
right?
Facebook
You don't, you fuck yeah.
No, if
do you
no,
even use
if it
Facebook?
starts with a sigh, this is what I think. Gone, bro. Skip, bro. I only got 100 years to live, man. I have no time to read about your feelings, bro. I really don't.
That's why now they put it as a picture on Instagram.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
you swipe, you have to swipe through.
Yeah.
It's either in meme form or nothing. Okay, you either get the message across to me in meme form or nothing. That's how that's the level of poison that social media has done to my brain, bro. Like that's the level of attention span I have. If it's more than 3 paragraphs, I'm sorry, man. If I have to sit down, quiet down the music. All right, adjust the lighting on my phone, and then do one of these like 3 scrolls bit, and then go back 3 scrolls.
Or
bit,
like
and then
press
go
read
back.
more.
Read more. Nah. That's gone now, bro. That kind of attention span is
So
non-existent
then like
anymore.
emails and all, long emails cannot lah.
Bro. If anybody sends me an email and it's important, right, I give my number immediately. Yeah, if it's an important email, in case people are watching this, like, we should just fish him and scam him so that he gives us his number. You fucking assholes. So no lah. If it's somebody I know lah, you know, and they're gonna get through me through email, usually WhatsApp is better lah. You know, WhatsApp is better, and somebody at the door, man.
No, the camera.
Oh shit. Okay, so WhatsApp is better because WhatsApp, I can voice note. The thing about text that I hate is like I've been communicating with text for as long as I've known you could do this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm an old guy. I mean, old-ish. You know, I'm like 34. So like I've got a good like maybe 10, 15 years of texting, right? And you've come to realize that you cannot translate nuances. You cannot translate tones, right? And you cannot translate your real feelings from
Via text,
emotion and all that.
Oh, you can, yeah.
So you can't, right? So the best is of course face to face. You know, you look at me, I look at you, and then we can talk, and then you can kind of understand where I'm coming from through the vibe that I'm exuding. But if it's like a WhatsApp, I would rather go with like voice note. I know it's a very uncle thing to do, right? To leave a voice note, but it's something that I like to do because then you get to hear, you know, how it's being said.
But do more people reciprocate it or no?
No, a lot of
Because I
them,
know
a
when
lot
you
of them
send me,
say,
I'm like,
yeah, bro, I'm in a meeting, I cannot hear. Yeah, that's what you say, bro. Fuck, I've seen you the whole day here, not a single meeting, bro. Where the fuck are these meetings that you're going to? Like, who is hiring during COVID that this guy goes to like 3-4 meetings? Yeah.
One thing is a recent update. You can increase twice to 2 speed the WhatsApp audio message.
That's so funny.
seriously? That's awesome.
I
You
saw that
see-
a few days ago.
Every technology, every advancement in technology, right, is built to cater to the diminishing attention span that we have as a human race. Like,
So
where's
like-
it gonna lead to, man?
So I mean, like, you know, you're a comedian. You always have interesting thoughts about different things. And if you're saying you don't like to post long stuff on social media, how do you get it out of your system then?
Usually it's been on stage.
On stage,
I will try my best to like note down all the feelings that I have, and through an open mic, I will tell it on stage. Thing about it is, I haven't been able to be on stage for a while. Maybe about a year. We sporadically get like time to time. You know, you get the chance to be on there.
A window lah.
Yeah, a window opens. You get to be on there. You don't really get to work your material so much. You know, you don't really get to be on there and try to see like, okay, did I go too far with this? Did I go too far with that? The good thing about like open mics is sometimes if you want to get to something funny, you would say a lot of things outrageous.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily mean those things, but you're trying to find the funny in the way that the words are being said, in the way that you structure your sentences, you know. So in the process of doing that, it's like digging for gold. You got to go through shit, you know. So you get a lot of shit, you know, and you get a lot of things that you're not supposed to say, or if you tweeted or posted, will get you in deep trouble. But you say it because you're looking for the funniest thing to say. And then when that material becomes more polished, you know, and more refined, then you learn to omit the things that you don't need. And those things are more than often the things that you're not actually supposed to say. You know, your mind does its own censoring, your mind does its own cleaning up.
Yeah.
So that process is something that is very important to a comedian. for somebody, and that's the reason, actually, a big reason why Eddie Murphy didn't do anything after Raw and Delirious, because right after Raw and Delirious, he got so much he got so much media attention and popularity from it that every time he went to a comedy club to work new material, they would think that it's finished material, right? And they would say that, Eddie Murphy said something bad about this, so Eddie Murphy said something derogatory towards this artist or that artist, when he was just trying to parody and he was trying to find the right way to say it, So that's what people don't understand about being funny, is like you come out off the bat, yes, but at the same time also, when you're doing an art like stand-up, we don't have the luxury of editing online, like that. So more than often the editing happens while you're on the job, and that editing process has certain things that you're not supposed to say. Thank God it's in a live context and it's not like immortalized in a fucking tweet or in a video. Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes people secretly record that in a show and then they think that, this guy said this, oh my God. Like, you don't understand that it's not even done yet. So that's why I think for a very big it was a very big reason. I mean, and he has mentioned this in many interviews, that Eddie Murphy stopped doing stand-up because of that, and he focused on movies.
Because he got famous super fast, super quick.
Super fast, super quick, amazing movies, right?
Yeah.
Great. He's a great actor, but didn't get a chance to work his material, man. Everybody was just paying attention too much. They were like, what's he talking about now? Or where is he gonna? What topic is he gonna talk about? And then the moment he talks about something, then boom, reporter writes about it.
So do you ever you want to post something? Because even in recent weeks, right, there have been so many things that.
Well, I have to address every single one of those things on your podcast, bro.
No, I'm just curious because I mean, it is recent events, and I've also felt
which one you want to talk about, bro? Which one?
Bro. No, not any of one of them individually.
Is that what you want to talk about?
No.
Huh?
Dude, chill, bro. We're supposed to have a conversation.
I'm kidding.
Don't be a snowflake, lah.
I'm just riffing, bro. I'm just trying to Twitter you out. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm trying to Amrin you out.
Oh!
Yeah. Don't be a snowflake, huh?
Oh, shit! Okay. Touche.
Just because you're a public figure, you have a very strong voice. But during that time, how do you feel how do you balance? Okay, you want to say something. Should you say something on the public platform?
No, I'm sure people DM'd you and like, bro, do you have something to say about this or and everything, right?
And there've been a few things of late, even in Singapore with the Israel-Palestine stuff, with all this stuff that is.
It's just all these can of worms. He just opened, bro.
Just open.
Please, just open on the fucking. First of all, it's free Palestine till I die, lah. Okay, that's just obvious, lah. I don't think I have to spell that one out, lah. It's definitely free Palestine till I die.
Yeah.
Right. For the other issues, I think when those things were happening, it was quite a month of a lot of things.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm gonna be real, lah. Personally, I never really got the chance to jump on any of those topics because of two reasons. Number one, personally, there was a lot of things happening in my life, during this point of time. Not only when it came to work, but a lot of relationships with the close people around my circle. Also, a couple of things happened. So I was really dealing with that change. So while I was dealing with that, all of these things happened. It really didn't... Because there was a lot of things going on personally already. I was like, maybe I need to take a break from that because that's not really exactly making me feel more peaceful. It's actually making me feel more, it's just giving me a bit more anxiety. So, second is because every time and I've learned this through many years of being online, is that when you see an issue or a topic, the best way to deal with it is not to immediately comment about it. Is to maybe wait a week. Or 2 weeks for the whole thing to play out, right? Because sometimes, right, you get one side of you get one side of something happening, and then some new information comes through. In the next few days, and then and then now there's a whole big then you get a bigger picture of things.
Yeah,
like maybe a good example would be. Saw that kid that said, I want to fuck your mother or something on Carousel.
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy came in like, oh, fuck your mother, you want to fuck my mother.
Yeah.
Apparently, so that guy was like in the right for a while, right?
Yep.
And then more information came out and showed like the text messages that they were exchanging. The guy asked the kid to call him daddy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. The guy asked the kid to call him daddy.
He basically said like, if you call me daddy, we'll call it quits and we'll be
something like that. Something like we're paraphrasing. We're definitely paraphrasing, but Something like that lah. It's just like, oh, say I'm sorry, daddy, or some shit like that. Yo, this guy is on some shit lah, bro. He's on some shit. Yeah.
man.
Like, sorry already now. Like, sorry, daddy, bro. Like, bro, take your personal shit elsewhere lah, dude. Like, so anyway.
And not only that, he actually had already like talked to the kid online and said, and they sort of sorted it out. And the kid already sort of apologized to him even before, and then said, okay, let's meet up to deal on this thing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then the guy
serious,
still went there to go and like fuck him up, you know. Yeah. So
Fucking hell.
it was
Yeah,
pretty
it's
nasty,
insane. It's insane. So to the other things that were happening, like, so while I was waiting for that period for the whole thing to play out, right? So because you gotta sit and observe first, like you
Yeah.
cannot anyhow just So you
But
cannot.
then how you
just
get
jump
the
gun.
shares and the followers, bro?
Ah man, how do I smoke on that cloud, bro?
Yeah, that's
I want to give me some of that cloud. Okay, anyways.
Also, the joke about the cloud is in reference to people who jump on social issues, comment about them for the cloud.
It's not nice to. Okay, here's the thing, right? It's not nice to accuse that to someone, because now everybody will be saying like, oh, the person is just spreading awareness about the issue. Yeah, I guess you gotta see lah from video to video lah. You know how the person is attacking it, or how the person is handling it. I always like to watch those kind of videos that have like a conclusion or a solution at the end of it. Like, okay, you can talk about it, you can get your clout, but also offer something else lah. You know, to me, if I got nothing to offer that is valuable to the situation or valuable to your thought, then there is no point of me posting about it because you are aware of it. Okay, listen, that's how fast the internet travels. You definitely be aware of it. Okay, it's not because I didn't post, you're not gonna be aware. If I don't post, 10 other viral
Posts or-
pages will post it. Okay, so you will be aware. But is my thought valuable to the situation or not? Is my thought valuable to what is happening? And if it's not, and I don't feel like I have anything valuable to contribute, then I need to shut the fuck up. Like, that's just about as real as that. It's about as real as that. And a lot of the times when these things happen, I see a lot of people jumping on it, and a lot of people giving their valuable thoughts. And I gotta be honest, they maxed it out. The thing about waiting for, you see, the thing about waiting before you talk about an issue, everybody jumps on every angle, and you don't have an angle already at that point. I don't have a unique thought to contribute to this.
So are you saying that's good or bad?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's good that I'm on your side. It's bad that I'm not unique.
And that's a struggle, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I would like to think that I have some like, oh man, when Fuzz comes in with his point of view, it's gonna change. But no, my point of view is about as normal as anybody, So like, so when I see some like undergraduate from NUS or some NT or some journalist giving like the whole thesis about racism, right? I'm like, you covered all the points already. Like this. All I can say is I agree. That's all I can say. I agree. And for me to just post and go like, I agree.
This.
Oh my God, this. I feel so. I mean, I'm 34 years old, man. Like, I feel so dumb just like doing that, Like, I know I gotta raise awareness, and trust me, like, come on, like, dude, like, I'm not like a massive influencer, So, awareness, you definitely aware one. Okay, you definitely will be aware.
But don't you think there's something in the fact, I mean, when, like, for us, when we did our stand-up at his open mic, or just watching you sort of walk into a room and command everyone's attention, right?
Oh, right.
I mean, no journalist is going to walk in a room and command attention like that. That's why they have to write so much shit. And, so there is something,
look at the nervousness. Look at the nervousness of Harish's eyes. Like, we're going to get some fucked up articles after this, Terrence. No, I know what you're saying. I think what you're saying
people will listen to you, even if you just say it in the most, the jokey way or whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to hear it from you.
yeah,
and they
you
want
could
to hear
literally
from
say
you.
the same, like just with packet, like using comedy to get
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're right. So possibly
But
there,
do you feel like
they want to see a lighthearted perspective.
or
Is that it?
with a like you say someone like Trevor Noah,
Right.
like during the whole pandemic, I think
Yeah.
he's now taking a break,
Yeah.
but for the last year he's just been streaming from his home and everything,
dude,
right?
That guy was a workhorse, bro, during the whole
Yeah.
pandemic thing.
Yeah.
The whole year.
But do you feel like that is something that you might want to do more of? Because it seems like we need to hear from more different kind of perspectives, minority voices, everything.
I think it's also maybe a part of my character that's deep within me that doesn't feel like my voice is that important. You know, I really don't. You know, a lot of people will be like, use your platform. Sure, I mean, I will, right? But I don't know how much my voice matters really. Like, I don't really have a grasp of it. So like, I still think that people come to my shows to laugh, or people come to my shows to just take their mind off their day and stuff like that, or watch my videos to take their mind off their day. I don't know if I necessarily have a lot of thought-provoking material, right? At least for the past lah, from the past. Or maybe I talk about racism and I talk about like my own experiences with it.
Yeah.
But if that provokes thought, and then you kind of ask me about like, oh, what is your actual opinion on this? I don't know if my opinion is the most unique one or not. Like I will feel like it will probably be something that you've already heard. You know? So with the recent thing that's happened, I mean, Singapore's racist, like guys. Come on, like, you know. First of all, like, how are we all surprised by this shit? You know, how are we all surprised by this shit? Like, the uncle came out to the Indian guy and said some things. I wasn't surprised that the uncle was saying it. I was surprised that he said it in public. That's it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like the fact that he was saying it, I was like, yeah,
Everybody knows a Tan
you
Boon Lay,
look like a guy that would say that. You know, you look like a guy that would totally say that. You know, and the fact that he attempted sarcasm also in that video, which was insane. He was like, I bet her parents are very happy, yeah? I bet her parents are very happy. I'm like, and he walked away like he did something good, like, you know, like he thought he did something. And then he walked away like, yeah, that was sarcasm there, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I heard of what he did during his lectures and all that.
Yeah,
You know, and this
correct.
is just word of mouth. I didn't even read anything about it. It's just, you know, my friends
Someone
telling
posted,
me.
someone posted.
Right?
And that's
Said
what got
about-
him fired. Lah.
Yeah, and that's what got him fired. I mean, rightfully so, lah. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is just one guy, you know, who didn't get away with it because he did something stupid, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, there's at least 20 to 30 other racist aunties and uncles out there
Confirm. Even in my
your
extended
neighborhood.
yeah,
in your neighborhood.
in your
you
block,
know,
in
they
your
should have
block
an
also
app
got-
where you can, you know how they track like sex
Sexual
offenders.
Before you're looking for HDB.
You should look for racists in your area, bro. They should register anybody that does something stupid like this. My solution is you fucking register as racist. I don't know, to like the police post or something. So that anybody that lives within your vicinity can see, oh, here got racist. Okay, you still want to cook curry or not? This is a decision that we have to make, no? Because if we cook, this fella is gonna pay. Okay? But there is a
No, then it could also, you get a lower price 5-room HDB. But got 4 racists around you.
You live next to a gong lady.
that's
you get
right.
Next to the gong lady, yeah, you
But
get a house for cheap.
The
Damn
view
cheap.
damn nice. The view
Damn
fucking
cheap.
nice.
The view fucking nice. Everything. The neighbor racist. That's it. The neighbor don't like Indians. How like that? Yeah. So
No, honestly, maybe that would be, it'll be honest, upfront. You know what you're getting, lah, right? No surprises. Yeah.
right? And then like if that shit arises on Facebook, you can be like, listen, when I bought the house,
Yeah. You go property guru. Yeah.
my agent actually told me that there will be racists around my level, so I knew what I was getting into. Right? Right.
Dude, that's a fucking great app, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking great
And
app.
as you see, listen, and as a tenant, right, I should be able to choose my landlord also.
Yeah, correct.
If my landlord can say no Indian tenants, right, I should be able to say no Chinese landlords. How about that? Then my choices will be like only 2 houses.
Me and you neighbors are, hey, I'm like, hey, Fuzz.
Right? And then my choices to rent houses will only be like 2 or 3, right? You know, like in Woodlands or Geylang area. Then I'll be like, oh my God, life was so easier with Chinese tenants. Ish, not really easy. We had to deal with racism, but we at least had more choices.
So, but actually, yeah, maybe it's just, it goes on record that, oh, this guy, you've done 4 racist acts in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Tell me about them, you know? Like a job interview or something.
I mean, right now they're already looking at tweets, right? At that point, like they sum up your character. If you, I heard, like if you go for a job interview now, right? They actually go through your social media, you know. They see what you post.
No,
they
and
see your
there's
tweets.
this fucking app that
Mad,
I came
bro.
across last year. It's called something, I don't even want to say the name because it freaks me out. But what they do, right? You enter anyone's LinkedIn or social media
Yeah,
profile.
yeah.
It will tell you how to write your email to them. Use a bit more aggressive. Use less gender neutral language. and all that.
How
It
and why
goes through
and what?
all your posts, all your comments, all the stuff you like, all the way you write, and it comes up with your personality, lah.
That is mad, bro.
It's fucking mad.
That's
It's
mad,
called Crystal Nose, lah. Like for those of you listening, you can check it out. It fucking freaked the shit out of me because with a trial account, you can try it on 10 LinkedIn profiles. And there was once Terrence and I got on a call with someone, and I tried it on that someone, and it was I don't know whether it's like the horoscope thing, like, you know, it
Yeah.
tells you and then you kind of
Yeah.
see what you hear.
Yeah.
But there's
Or
the kind of shit.
confirmation bias.
Yeah,
is that what you call it?
confirmation
Yeah,
bias.
yeah, yeah.
There's that kind of shit. And if you imagine, if you have tweeted, like you have tweeted how many, like 5,000 tweets?
I've deleted all of them. I have put every single slander next to my name and deleted it. Yeah, bro. You are not gonna catch me with a 10-year-old tweet, bro. No, not
you
today.
for real, you deleted.
Delete lah, bro. Like, you cannot have that kind of track record for like the person you are 10 years ago, man. You know, like the person I was 10 years ago, like I wouldn't even talk to that guy, you know? Like that guy was, okay, maybe now that I'm older, 11, 12 years ago, you know, that guy was a completely different guy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so whatever that guy tweets won't be the things that this guy would tweet, you know? And that's what I guess also the internet doesn't, I guess, is finding trouble understanding, is that how people evolve.
Yeah.
Because people do evolve,
Yeah.
but at the same time they say they want accountability. But the accountability that the person has taken is the fact that the person has changed and evolved. You know, the person has veered away and took himself out of that I want to say conservative, but by that close-mindedness school of thought, right? That's him being accountable for it. And the fact that he has to apologize for it, maybe he did, maybe he has, you know. In some cases, people have apologized in the past, or people haven't, but they've changed and they've done a lot of good things for the cause that they were once against.
Yeah.
And now you're like chastising him, you know, or her, or whatever pronoun that suits.
Oh yeah,
the
correct.
person.
Him, her, they. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta play. You see how media trained I am, bro.
You see.
You see how media trained I am.
Him, her, they.
Yeah, so now you gotta hold them accountable, but that person does not exist anymore. You know, so I find it a bit ridiculous that I have to apologize for something that I tweeted 10 years ago. Because I mean, we were all dumb kids.
Yeah.
Right? If I could tweet at 14, oh my god, the amount of dumb shit I would have said, right? Yeah, it would have been asinine, complete asinine. But luckily I didn't. I said those things in a private context and then realized those things were bad and then moved on. You know, so I sometimes get sad when somebody has to apologize for a 10-year-old tweet. And, you know, when somebody has to dig that far back to find a tweet 10 years ago, you know, to sort of like, yeah, but it is what it is.
So does
it's the world we live in now.
That is definitely impacted the way you share content now, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about the internet that I don't really like, is that it's open to everybody, including people who hate you. You know, like for shows, it's just like you like my show, you come lah. You don't like, I mean, if you don't like Fakkah Fuzz, don't come lah. You know, but for the internet, it's like open to everybody, and the ones that like you will like comment, and the ones that don't like you will also feel the need to comment sometimes. You know, which sometimes confuses me lah. Like you put enough energy to want to say something bad to me, so does that mean that you kind of like me in a way? You know, like you want to like me, but you can't because there's something in there that you don't like.
Do you ever think about who are these people who seem to write such nasty things towards you? Who are these people?
I don't know, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you don't give a fuck?
I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, yeah, I know that will be that will probably. I know that it doesn't mean a lot to them to type something like that. You know, because if I've been in the frame of mind where I was like text, you know, where I see something online like on a rap page or like a rapper's page or something, and just type something stupid in there, you know, in the comment section, thinking that it will be drowned out by other comments I won't be able to see. But it's just. It's like you just venting your thoughts, you know? Yeah, but you don't realize that you're venting your thoughts to an actual person who sometimes reads it. Like for example, right, this podcast, I'm not reading your Reddit thread, bro. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I am not reading it, bro. Anybody that has anything bad, I say first, you have anything bad to say about it, I am not gonna see that shit, bro. Okay. I'm not gonna see that shit, and don't any of you send me that shit. You know?
Get rid of your screenshot.
Right. Yeah, that's so again, just disagree with me in your own context and we can all move on with our lives. Okay?
But I'm sure people DM you, right?
Huh?
People DM you, or then
Block.
how do you filter that?
DM me what?
Like just like,
hey, what do you think of this issue?
No, like maybe any hate or anything.
Hate is maybe okay when I attack politicians last time got like
last
when I
time,
attack Malaysian
last time,
politicians
correct.
they say like you come here we kill you, you come do your show we will fucking destroy your show or something like that. So the last time I think I did it in KL, and then I got a lot of threats. When I was going to do that show in KL, I got a lot of threats. They were like, oh, we're going to come down to your show, you know.
You mean even like 2018, 2019?
Right, it was after the Netflix special. After the Netflix special, I think, and also apart from the Netflix special, there were a couple of videos that I posted, you know, and of course I did that joke about the Prime Minister in Malaysia, right? And that one was the one that I guess solidified for the supporters of the said Prime Minister the hate the hate. So wow, she got real bright. I was like, oh damn, son, look at that. Oh shit. Ouch, this is why you don't talk about
fucking PM.
Bruh, this is why you don't talk about politics, bro. Shit. Spotlight on me right now.
Yeah, for those of you listening,
Oh my God.
the diffuser on our light just fell off and
Oh my
it
goodness.
hit Fuzz hard in the face.
Oh my
just
goodness.
as he was speaking
Talking
about the Malaysian Prime
yeah,
Minister.
Forget it. I'm not
Bro,
talking
they
about this
control
anymore.
everything, man. They control everything.
Forget it. I'm not talking about this anymore.
Fucking Fuzz
Forget
is
it.
blinded in his right eye.
Forget it, guys. Forget it. You know, it happened to be on Terrence's side, bro. I suspect Terrence, bro. The fella's working for the government, bro. Yeah, the moment I want to say something, suddenly he's like by the side there pulling,
Yeah,
he's pulling that thing, and everything falls out. Oh, Fuzz, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Oh
so,
no.
So what plans do you have this weekend? I don't know.
I know, but I wanted to just go back to something you were saying.
Blinded.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier about people shouldn't be judged from their tweets 10 years ago. And that
Yeah.
actually echoes something that Xia Xue, when she was on our podcast, she said as well.
Yeah.
I think, but a lot of people took issue with the fact that even though it was 10 years ago and even though it was said in anger, it was just still so nasty. It was something about
The Banglas, is it?
Banglas raping our mates and everything.
Oh,
so like
right,
even 10 years
right,
ago,
right.
saying something like that was still offensive.
That's a good point.
So I just want to ask, like, let's say we talked about this before. What if like Tan Boon Lee, right,
Yeah.
in that instant,
Yeah.
before the video started rolling, what if before that he was, is there any justification for someone like being so angry that he can't, his filters come down, he just says racist stuff. He
Which
can't help
Indian
it.
girl reject him, bro?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Which Indian girl rejected him?
Maybe.
Or which Chinese girl rejected him for an Indian
For
guy?
Indian guy.
So that's what I want to know. Who hurt this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. There has to be a Wolverine origin story to this dude. You know, like
Logan.
like the fella didn't just wake up a racist.
Boon
You know.
Lee, yeah, Boon Lee,
Yeah.
yeah.
If we actually go back
Origin.
in time, like if you play that video again and then the record scratch, it's like, hey, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. We gotta date this back to 1975. Abona, come drink your coffee. Comes out, Ma. Today you do what? Today I'm going to play with my friend Raju. Okay, go. I had a best friend. His name was Raju. We would play goalie together.
Oh my god.
Until one day we both met Suchi. Suchi liked
Very
Raju
true.
more than me.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with Suchi. We would never know.
Yeah, we would never know.
That could be his origin story. And does he deserve empathy at that point? I mean, aside from the Islamophobia, does he deserve?
Yeah.
I mean, right? Apart from the Islamophobia that he has exhibited, does he deserve
Yeah, even a threat.
even a thread of empathy?
yeah.
You know, does he deserve it? I don't know, Reddit. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't know. I don't even dare to say because I'm so afraid of all you motherfuckers online attacking me.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I don't even dare to say if he deserves empathy. That's how much you've thwarted.
No, okay, like what I would say is I would like to talk to him just to find out what his thought process is.
Bro, you talk
Who
to him,
is this person?
Just don't marry his daughter, bro. That's all. He asked you for one request. The only request is don't touch my Chinese girls. That's it, right?
I show him I
That's
got Indian
it.
girlfriend. I got Indian girlfriend.
Yeah,
bro.
bro, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay,
Okay, I'm good.
Not preying on
Non-predator.
anything. Yeah, not
I just want to talk to you, uncle. Right? Who hurt you? Tell me your
that's
story.
right. No, exactly. Like
Fella needs therapy bad.
I think it's important we understand the Tan Boon Lees out there. So because there are Tan Boon Lees out there, and if we don't, then it feels like we are just gonna be.
Okay.
Like this group of people are just gonna gather in strength. Maybe now there's a Tan Boon Lee fan club, you know.
Bruh. Let me
Tamil
say,
Telegram.
I'm so well versed in woke, right?
Yeah,
That I can give you the woke answer right now.
tell me, bro.
Okay, the woke answer is we've been through systemic racism and discrimination, right, for so many years. And the fact that we still have to explain to you why you can't do this, and the fact that we have to empathize with you is just very exhausting for someone that has been experiencing, these atrocities for many years.
Fire, bro, fire.
So just Google it, sis.
My queen, queen.
Am I queen yet?
Yeah.
Am I queen yet?
You're queen,
Am I
you're king,
yet?
you're king, yeah.
Yeah, that hit the nail on the head. But
Yeah.
can we break down exactly the elements that we're making fun of? I
Yeah.
know it's
Okay,
never fun
okay.
to explain a joke,
Okay,
but,
okay.
but there are people who don't understand exactly what we mean by woke people and why why we're laughing about that statement now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, being woke is great.
Yeah.
You know, I think anybody that's woke online has actually raised awareness to a lot of issues that I honestly was very ignorant to. You know, and I was like, oh, okay. But I think there is now a division between people who actually care about the issue and people who actually want attention from the issue. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like the people that actually care about it and actually post about it and actually have an intention to raise awareness about it.
Yeah.
Or somebody who I guess
For the cloud, lah.
I wouldn't say for the cloud it's a bit of a blanket statement. I think it's more of like, oh, this is an issue that I guess I feel I might not feel as strongly as the last guy, but don't forget about me though. Let me post this and still pay attention to me. I want to tell you all that I'm on your side, so I feel like I'm part of something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there are people like that too, and it's very hard to distinguish between the two sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because they use the same language. You know, because they learn from the people that actually care about the topic. So now there is a division between two separate kinds of people, but I don't really know who is who, and I don't really know which one I'm annoyed by. You know, so then that sets me apart to be like, should I even fucking talk about it? You know, because if I talk about it, like, if I want to tell you that I'm on your side, then, you know, am I gonna get attacked by you? Right? Am I gonna be like, yeah, but you did this video 5 years ago, and I'm like, oh my god, really, really? That was a rap for a handphone. Come on, guys. I needed a rant at that point of time, guys. Come on, right? So sometimes it's very, very tiring just to go over there. So that I've been staying away from it. Like,
talk about race, the filter.
So nowadays, I've been off I've been watching social media and posting a little bit, but I haven't been like exactly creating content for social media because like this second lockdown was a little bit weird because things happen so fast, you know, like so many
You mean
things.
the Patuha?
Yeah. It was so many things that happened so fast, and I'm like, okay, what is the climate right now? You know, like I want to read the room as a comedian, but I don't really know how the room is. You know, granted, if I came in and I did something, I'm very, very confident that it would probably be in good taste given my experience now. You know, because I've done things in bad taste before, but given my experience now with the bad taste that I've done,
you know how to calibrate.
I know how to calibrate, right? But you see, we need to give motherfuckers room for that to happen sometimes. You know, and I feel like that room is not being given sometimes to people. But then,
so then like for Terrence, what was it that we were making fun of for you?
No, I mean he's saying that there was almost like a standard response that woke people would say. Like,
I'm just stereotyping here, man. I'm not necessarily.
Terrence, 3 minutes ago, you stated that all woke people start
I'm covering my
posts.
tracks, Terrence. You're not gonna catch me with anything.
No. So I mean, it has happened to me where I have recounted an experience of racism that I experienced as a minority while living overseas.
Okay.
But then straight away when I posted on Facebook, then I had minority acquaintance in Singapore jump on me and say, it's hilarious that, you know, it takes the Chinese people think that just because they experience one thing overseas, one racist incident overseas, they can start making comments about it.
You see,
so that's my experience of it. So I'm trying to unpack that feeling of like how I feel like I'm supporting a cause or a community, but then at the same time I'm being rejected from there as well.
This is what I was talking about to you, Terrence. You know, it's so I want to say kesian, but I cannot say kesian because like the internet will not agree with that. But honestly, man, this is the plight of a Chinese Singaporean. Okay, the Chinese Singaporean, right, is possibly the only race, the only Chinese people in the world that is experiencing white guilt. Right, they're experiencing white guilt right now, like because in Malaysia even though economically they might be doing better, I'm not sure what the statistics are, but you know, as according to my,
They're not a majority
They're not a majority there, but economically they're not doing too badly. Right, but they're still a minority. I mean, in China, everybody's Chinese in China, right?
Taiwan
is everybody's Chinese in Taiwan, so like they don't really have that problem. But in Singapore, they are not only not only have they been a majority, they've been
in positions of power.
Right? And it's also clearly stated that, okay, it's 70%, 30%, all right? That's just how it's gonna go. So they've been in power and they've been in privileged privileged position, right, for decades, that now they are experiencing the same thing that white people experience in America. It's the fact that, alamak, we haven't really been very fair to the Indian and the Malay people. But sorry lah. Sorry lah. What can I do to make it better? Some old man comes in. You cannot marry a Chinese girl. You are praying a man, shut up. Okay. We're sorry, but
He's not one of us.
He's not one of us. But what can I do to? I feel that, and then when they go overseas, then they experience racism because Chinese in America or Chinese in European countries, they experience minorities. So finally they get a taste of it. They come back to Singapore and they're like, I get it now. I went there and experienced, but they forget lah. They're in Singapore lah. They're back to being white. So And then the minorities say, so funny, you experienced one racist encounter where I have been experiencing it my whole life. And then you're like, what do I do? So I understand that, man. I understand that. But just know that you're in a very unique position right now. The powers that be that have put this together succeeded in what they wanted to do.
That's the thing, actually, like what you said, if you are, like, let's say white, right? Even if you go to a country as a minority, chances are there's still this white superiority complex, right?
I think it's colonial hangover.
Colonial hangover. Whereas if you're Chinese, you can go from like the majority in one country where you have economic influence, political influence, and you go to another country, you
straight responsible for COVID. Straight away. Over here, you're like, your HDB loan is approved, huh? Mr. Chow, your HDB loan is approved. You go back there, fucking coronavirus, mate. Fucking coronavirus gig, mate.
The spectrum, the range of your hierarchy as a Chinese person is very distinct. It's very stark.
And that's just the plight. And that's just, I think that's the price you have to pay lah. For the dynamic and for the good things that been happening in your life, like that's the dynamic. That's the thing that you have to pay for, like the fact that you can't experience the things that we experience. I think all you need to do is just listen. I mean, I hate to be the one saying this, right? But all you really need to do is just listen. I don't think you will ever understand, because you whatever you experience in.
But then, is it wrong for people like him to like post their experience, given if it's just one experience? To get shut down, which I also read. I'm like, fuck, sorry lah, Terrence.
Or if I move,
that's why you open up your own fucking can of worms, bro.
Or if I move overseas permanently, right? Then what happens?
No, but you stay how long for how many years? 7, is it?
You move if you move permanently, then you can say, Sai was so ignorant when I was in Singapore, but now that I'm here, I finally feel what it feels like. And you gotta stay there for at least 5 to 10 years, bro. So that you gotta get the fucking pass. You gotta register with the minorities in Singapore. We have an organization. Okay, it's Mendaki and Sinda together. We have an office. It's called a racism office. Okay, and you go in there and you get the chop. To allow you to post stuff about racism now. So only about like 3 Chinese people have that. In Singapore. And all 3 of them are on Twitter. So
and they got fucked up real bad, like really whacked or something. Then physical violence.
Oh my god. Okay. The thing just because I said Mendaki and Sida, I just want to make it clear that it doesn't exist. I made it up for a joke. Okay, assholes.
Fuzz, you are like just disclaimer. A lot of footnotes.
Bruh. I got no time, bro. I got a special coming out. I got no time to get cancelled, bro. Okay. If you want to cancel, okay, knock on wood, but the timing is after the special, not before the special.
Okay, so then maybe moving on to a more lighthearted topic. This special is coming out. Like when the hell did you film this special?
There was a window after the first lockdown, right? After the first lockdown, there was a couple of months that we were able to do shows, although only to a crowd of 250, socially distanced. I think they did testing. I'm not sure if they did testing. But during that period, I told myself, like, I have an hour that I've developed, the new hour since the last special that came out.
The Esplanade, right?
Esplanade one. So I was like, okay, now that I needed to have a live special in order for me to be confident enough to record the next one, which is the one I'm putting out now. Because when I recorded the Netflix special, I mean, truth be told, it was new to me, you know. So a lot of the things and a lot of mistakes and a lot of like the performance aspects of it that I wanted to improve, like I saw it in 4K, bro. Like no pun intended, but in 4K, you know. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of my act that I need to improve and change. So I took one live special in there, you know, to just get the experience of performing to that size of a crowd again.
That was the Esplanade.
That was the Esplanade one, and then I didn't anticipate for COVID to happen. But when COVID happened, I told myself, okay lah, I gotta do this lah. You know, if it's now or never lah. So when that window happened, I just booked it. You know, I performed that hour. It was an hour that I developed half before COVID and after COVID a little bit. It's probably the more, I guess, through the things that I've like cut down and try and evolve as a performer, that is like the most current state of my stand-up at the present moment. Like it's ever changing and it's ever evolving. Like I hope to get to a point where I'm very excited to see what it sounds like actually in 5 to 10 years time, because you know, over time it really just changed, perspective change, environment changes, humor changes, you know, things that was funny, like I mean, we talked about this before, like 10 years ago it would have been a joke tweet, now it's like offensive as fuck, right? So things like the comedians evolve with the times and evolve with the taste also. So you gotta, as an audience, you guys also have to understand that lah. You know, because sometimes you go to like the special, like 2 specials ago, and you're like, but you said this during this time. I say, yeah, but the line was here. This was the line, and then you move the line. Then you move the line, I move with you lah. Right? You cannot fault me for something I said when the line was somewhere else. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that's what I'm working with also. So yeah. So that one was recorded and it's being edited as we speak. And hopefully it will definitely come out this year.
What's the name of the special? Have you
System Down.
System Down. Nice name. What made you come up with that name?
Experience. It's a I think System Down.
Because previous,
are we out here trying to promote my special right now? Because I would love to do it, bro.
Yeah, sure.
On your fucking podcast right now. Are we doing this? Right after that. Yeah, he's like, Terrence just took off his headphones. Like, all right, we're going to the promotional part of this. I'm just gonna go to see whatever technical things that I can fix.
Go ahead, man.
System Down is very common phrase that I hear growing up. Because I grew up in not only here, but I also grew up across the border as well. I went to secondary school in Malacca, right? So usually when somebody says system down, it blankets a whole situation where like we don't even know how to begin to fix this.
Yeah.
Right? We just say system down. You know, and when we say system down, we don't really know specifically what the problem is as well. We didn't say this part is down. We said the whole system is down, right? So system down was a very popular term used by everybody in the service industry, bro. That faced a certain problem that they didn't know how to fix, right? Anybody that you had to deal with in terms of service, if they cannot serve you in a certain way, they'll just say system down. And that was my experience growing up. And I feel like that now also is a good commentary on whatever's happening at the present moment, because like guys, I hate to be corny, but the system is down at the current moment lah, right? The system is down. So in that special I thought it would be nice to paint that in there. So yeah, man, system down, bro.
So the material was,
I'm planning to release it on, I mean, you hear this first on the exclusive MOF. Yeah, they're not impressed by hip hop. They're really not. I really cannot go sway in the morning on this podcast.
Hey, sway in the morning is dope, man.
So you sound exactly like Rishi when he tries to get hit with me.
I've only heard one sway in the morning. Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
Bro, fire, bro, fire.
Shut up,
bro.
shut up.
Cheese.
Okay, so I'm planning to release it on National Day.
Oh, nice.
So System Down will be released on National Day. It's performed to a crowd of 250 or socially distanced, right? You'll see it's a 2,000 seater, but it's empty as fuck. But we maxed out 250, and you know that's about as much as I can get and as much as I work with. It's all masked audience. Yeah, you know, filmed over 2 nights with like jokes that I worked on for quite some time. So I don't know where I'll be releasing it yet.
Yeah.
But rest assured that
I know we have spoken about it. Like we had to
we've
release.
spoken
how to
about it, so I
release,
can't really say this on air.
yeah.
But when it does get released, then get your hands on it. It's good shit.
But how is it? How would you say it's different? Because I mean, we saw the Netflix special. I saw the Esplanade one, and I could already see you evolve from there to there.
Right.
And even before that, in Fuzz We Trust, right? That was your.
Oh man, did you go to that first one? I went to that, man. You went to my first one,
Yeah.
Damn.
And I think way back when we came back from uni in 2009, 2010, we went to Comedy Masala.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we saw you
Yeah?
performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, hey,
got hair,
fuck.
got hair.
Yeah.
got hair.
That was like 10 years. 10
Yeah.
years ago at least.
That
10
was
years.
before Ministry of Funny. Then we're like, hey, shit, the comedy scene is interesting, man.
Yeah,
So we were there in the audience
I
at
remember
Home Club.
seeing you first time, your first few videos. I'm like, which fucking accountant decided to do YouTube? Like, this fella look like some insurance agent fella,
That's fucking
ready to
great, man.
share a car. Then I'm like, this is what I feel about. And this guy had like, I think it was the first few times on camera. So like you were awkward.
Yeah,
you were the
awkward.
most awkward. But there was something about you that was like, even though he's awkward, he's goofy enough to do this. It was that charm that I guess it drew me into like, he knows he sucks at this, but it's not that he thinks he's good. This is the first few times, not now. This is the first few times that you're
No,
like,
totally. The first time we recorded a vlog, I told Terrence, hey, Terrence, you mind leaving the room? I want to do it alone. And he was like, fuck you lah, okay?
Who's gonna run the camera?
Who's gonna run the camera?
no, like there was this thing in his eyes where he looked like he was like, I know I suck at this now, but I'm
I have
just
no
gonna
choice.
try
I
something.
left my job. I have no choice.
Dude, he's walking into the fucking pits of hell, bro. Like fire, baptism of fire, bro. This fella walking in with his eyes. You can see the pain in his eyes as he's telling the link on
Disappointing my family.
Because
all,
last time before you play the skit, you actually had to
Oh, yeah,
intro.
yeah,
Right?
the
People
vlog.
had that kind of attention span right back then. You can give the intro, you can talk to yourself, you can self-masturbate a little bit.
Correct,
Welcome to my page. Welcome to my video. Before I show you my content, here's a little bit something about me.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so while you were doing that, you were in great pain, and I can tell.
Yeah.
But you kept doing it. And,
I mean that's why like it's been interesting to watch your act also, because I remember going to the Esplanade, I was like, fuck man, this was good shit.
Yeah.
And how would you say the upcoming special is different from that?
Wow, man. I think it's evolution. Now I'm a lot older.
That was when the Esplanade one was.
Damn, man.
2018.
2018. Right after the special, same year I did it.
Ah.
Yeah. So now I'm a lot older. And I guess I'm a little calmer when I talk about things, and I realize a lot of. I mean, stand up it looks simple, but it's actually a bit.
It's fucking hard.
It's not only is it fucking hard. You see a lot of details that would make you cringe, or that would make you feel like, oh man, I could have performed it better, or I could have said it better, or I shouldn't have said it this way. When you record yourself, and it's the most painful thing to do is to watch your own recording. You should know this because you edit all the time, right? I'm pretty sure when you guys watch your own acting or something, you'll be like, oh man, I know because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So when I
Of your own stuff, right?
Yeah.
No, when I edit myself also, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Please
so
stop, man.
that I'm trying to get less oh my gods as possible. Because when I watch Chappelle, or when I watch like the American stand-up is an American genre, bro. Die is an American genre. You cannot take that away, right?
Yeah.
So when I actually go on tour and I go to New York or LA and I see them perform, or even when I did the Melbourne Comedy Festival and I see them perform, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a very Western genre, and these guys are doing it at the top of the level that it should be done, and you start comparing yourself and you start seeing where you are, because you get more of an awareness because you've seen how good it can be on that side, and you see where you are over here when you thought that when before this you thought that okay, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I have a lot more to cover, and and I think it involves a lot in just being good at the art in itself, the pauses, the reactions, the controlling of the crowd, the intonation, the dynamics, the voice control, the use of language to really paint a picture of the story, you know, or the use of relatability in order for this person to still be interested in what you're talking. If it's a long story, how do you keep them interested? All these things, if you list them down, it's a very nerdy thing to do, but it's supposed to come like it's supposed to come naturally, and it's supposed to come like it's just second nature, you know, and it's just like muscle memory. Because a lot of the times when you, let's say if you take boxing and you learn martial arts, you know, all the drills and all the repetitive things that you're supposed to do in martial arts is for you to just tune your brain, right?
Yep.
And program your brain for that to be muscle memory, right? 1-2 hooks, you know, keeping the jab, whatever. All these things that you're supposed to do, even in jiu-jitsu, all these moves that you're supposed to do, shrimping, bridging, it's all to just program your brain to do this without putting thought into it, because it becomes natural.
Yeah.
So you take that you take that setup, right, and you parallel that to stand up, and it really reflects the
So
same.
you go through the process of noting down, where you watch yourself, you note down this, note down that.
Painfully, yes. I had to transcribe a whole hour. Oh my god, bro! Like the pain is physical in my gut. It was just but I went through it, and going through it from like start to end, it actually gives you okay, so this is how good / bad I am, right? So now I have to move from here, lah, right? Something that I don't know why. I think it's I don't know why my brain has been doing this. It's kind of like a confirmation bias. Recently, for the past 2 days, is I've been hearing this thing. I have been hearing this quote a lot. You have to kind of like work with what you have now and not worry about what and not cry about what you don't have. You know, like over here, like, oh, if only I had this, if only I had that, if only I had this, then I can do this. If only I get that, then I can do that. But what you're supposed to do is like, okay, I only have this. So how do I move from
Maximize
here?
it, yeah.
So I've been reading that a lot, and I was like, okay, so that's what I try and translate to my that's what I try and like apply in terms of like stand-up skill and in terms of like career. You know, stand-up skill is like, all right, okay, I know. I might not be I'm nowhere near the greats, but I am this great. You know, I am this good. So I need to use what I know now and what I learned from here, so that one day I can be like that, right? Because in order for me to be like in the same club as, I mean, let's say the nearest guy, like even like somebody like Ronnie Cheng, you know, it's a very far way. I can see that it's a very far journey for me to get to where he is. Like this fella is doing tours with like Chappelle,
right?
and Rants and everything, because he's legit good, you know. So, but I do aspire to want to get there. Right, and with the exposure that I have, which is only in Singapore, and I guess I don't get to do the New York clubs enough. I don't get to do the LA clubs enough for me to get that good, or even be based in somewhere else where I can have the environment to mold me into something as good as that. But I have this, right? I have people around me here, and I also have the internet. So how do I use these tools to make me better? Wow, now I fucking sound like Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it really is something that I've learned recently, and it's been like, okay, it's. I think accepting your reality is one of the hardest things to do. You know, you sit down and you're like, okay, so I am this crappy. Okay, so my life is like this now. Okay, I gotta accept this and see where I can move from here. You know. So yeah.
But at the same time, like I found that. I think I messaged you after the stand-up show and everything.
You did.
I was damn inspired that you were pulling together even a small show and everything with a bunch of, you know, some first-timers, some experienced comedians and all that.
Yeah.
Do you feel a sense that you need to take sort of like a leadership role in helping kickstart the whole live show community again?
Let me tell you, is some organizations are not making it very easy for me.
Does that come from some innate sense of like you're leading people through the storm and everything?
I don't know, man. I feel like I love this art. I love doing stand-up. It's given me a lot in life. Stand-up has given me a lot. Stand-up has given me a career. You know, it has given me the life that I have now. So I kind of want to make that available to the next person that wants to do stand-up. You know, because I care for this craft enough to not want it to die, because the next generation of comics, like you like it or not, the next generation of funny people are online. They're all on TikTok. You know, like they're either TikTokers, you know, or they're meme makers, right? So those are the people that are the young people that are leading humor now at the moment because of the situation that you can't do live shows and everything. But I'm pretty sure maybe out of 10 of them, 2 of them want to do stand-up, right? So I need the 2 of them to want to do and be a part of the stand-up community, because then only will the craft continue to be present. You know, if I don't have anybody new like coming in and being the next, you know, whoever it is in Singapore, right, or be the first of his kind, then honestly, like, people won't hire comics to do D&Ds. People won't hire comics to do shows. Like, people won't believe that this will be a craft that is feasible. And for stand-up also, you need a long attention span also. You know, you got to sit down there and listen to somebody's story, you know. And the less of that happens, the more of like people go to like their phones for humor, which they should, you know. But I still want the option of stand-up to be there. So I just feel like when time permits, or when the situation permits, I don't necessarily feel I want to be a leader, but I want to be the guy that provides some kind of progression for you lah, you know, like you can come in and then you can learn how to do this, and then you can go for a competition, and then, you know, you win a spot, and then a spot, and do this, and it will teach you how to, like, you know, and this is what putting together material is like, you know, and this is who you should watch, you know, and this is what you can learn, and this is what stand-up is, you know, and this is what the art is, and this is how you can do it better, and this is how you can do it, but ultimately you need to do it in your own style. I don't believe in giving advice to people about how you should do your stand-up. I just believe, like, maybe I'll give you a tag or two in your jokes if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, it's really in your own voice. You know? Yeah, you just have to say it in the way that is most authentic to you. And that's also something I learned, because in my first 2 years, bro, I imitated every single gesture of Chris Rock.
Oh, is it?
every single cadence,
Repeating the phrases.
yeah, every single cadence, because that was where I learned it.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't a person in locally that I felt that I wanted to emulate. You know, this is not a diss to anybody. Like anybody who's from the older generation, they were great at what they did, but they did it as themselves. You know. And for me, I want to do it as myself, but I'm not really from a line of performers or anything, so I don't really know where to start, right? So watching Chris Rock and Russell Peters and all, those were my first few people that I watched. I was like, okay, I want to emulate this style. So the only way that I knew how to do it was the way that I watched it. So I emulated Chris Rock for 2 years, until at one point, I stopped myself. I'm like, this shit's getting corny. Yeah.
Like, at what point? Do you remember that point?
Man, let me think. I don't know. I think it was one point where somebody came up to me and were like, hey, Chris Rock. And I was like, and then I thought to myself, like, all right. I need to stop this impersonation. I need to stop this impersonation because it's getting weird. Wow. So through the years, I try and find. And it was a way, I think, like maybe like acting like Chris Rock, or being loud and yelling and I guess pacing and everything. It was ways to like for me to like combat the nerves that I had, you know, back then. But I can say, like, with this special, it's a lot less of that, because like the experience and the things that I went through has helped me get over a lot of the things that happen on stage. I'm a lot more. I own whatever it is that I bring on stage nowadays. Like, you know, it's no longer like, oh my god, do they like me or not? To me, it's like, if you come, you like. You know, this you like, you don't like. Everybody got their own opinion, but this is my story lah. This is what this is my interpretation, or this is my perspective of these things that I see around me lah. Yeah.
Can I just say that it's not just the stand-up people or community that you're helping lah, because I think for us personally, I mean me lah, but I'm guessing you also. I think we were quite rejuvenated during those couple of weeks where we did the stand-up stuff.
Yeah, man.
It was like creatively rejuvenating for us to just be in environments, soak it up, learn from you guys, and watch you guys basically do what you all love to do, and just, you know, fuck the pandemic and everything, and just plan and make sure this thing happens. And then it just so happened our show, that live show that we did, was
the
like
last
the third
weekend.
day. The third day was like the first day of the phase 2A. Then we like, oh fuck, like then the mood just like, sort of just sank, and I was like, wow, the fact that these guys are like still doing their thing was really like, whoa, hats off, man.
Yeah.
If you don't take anything away from this podcast, take this away from this podcast, right? Che, we're gonna say something profound. If you don't take anything away from this podcast, if you haven't cancelled me yet at this point, okay, can I just say, even if you don't want to do stand up as a career, you should try it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I urge everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to do stand up as a career, try it once. Then you'll know. You'll know, right? If you don't want to try it, it's okay if it really isn't your thing. But if you're thinking like, should I? Just try. Just try. Yeah, you just try. It's like karaoke like that, bro.
Yeah.
Just because you hold a mic and you sing doesn't mean you're a singer already, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing lah with open mic. You go up there, you try, you tell a few jokes, you make people laugh. Doesn't mean you're a comedian, bro. Like relax, right? So that's the pressure taken off from the person to be like, you don't have to live up to anything. So now you can just go out there and just be. Like karaoke, most of the time people go up there and they just be, right? They just sing and I guess they get better in time and then they become professional. So it's the same concept.
Maybe there needs to be the karaoke stand-up comedy. So you go up on stage but you follow something that tells you what to say.
That is so stupid. Don't ever fucking say that again.
Chris Rock. You get Chris Rock set.
So dumb.
Chris Rock set,
that is
exactly.
the dumbest thing that you've ever
You
said.
can go up on stage and you can do Chris Rock set.
So insulting. So insulting. I'm so insulted right now.
You remember your first...
All those things I said meant nothing to you. It meant nothing. You
I was just thinking about like, fuck,
on
karaoke
everything I
stand-up
said.
comedy. Like, fucking
Some bullshit.
$1 billion idea.
But do you remember your how you felt the first time you did stand-up? Like any...
Oh yeah.
Like just so people can hear what it was like for you.
Oh, it's
your first time.
pure excitement, bro. It's pure
Excitement, not nerves.
Nerves got out, but like, there's a good thing that comes with ignorance, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
With ignorance, I guess in certain occasions. Sorry, I stuttered a bit. In certain occasions, ignorance makes you less self-conscious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you're less self-conscious, it gives you the room to try new things.
Yeah.
So that was the space that I was back then. I didn't know how good I was supposed to be. I didn't know how smart my topics were or how dumb they were. I was just living in my own bubble, in my own life, in my own job, and I was telling that story to the stage, to maybe the 5-10 people who were there, without worrying about, will this hurt my career?
Wait, this was where? Sorry?
This is the first time.
I know, but where physically?
This was at BOTKE actually.
BOTKE.
Yeah, it was just, man, I still have
Comedy Masala, is it?
Nah, bro, before Comedy Masala, bro. It was a place called Takeout Comedy. It was this Hong Kong chain of it was this Hong Kong company that was trying to open a Singapore branch, and they had some people here who eventually made Comedy Masala, but during that time they were part of Takeout Comedy. Man, this was damn, bro, 11 years ago.
2010, 2010.
2010, bro.
29,
Yeah, I still have the videos. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah.
my first time me doing stand up. I don't know, my girlfriend at the time was recording. Yeah, I still have the fucking grainy 3GP video.
You should
cap.
auction that shit at NFTs.
Do
man.
it.
No,
Yeah.
no lah, bro. It's pretty trash. So then yeah, I performed it there, and I had no fear of like, the things I say, will it affect my career, or the things I say, will I get cancelled for this, or I mean, that's maybe a bit more of a recent worry, but back then it's more of like, if I'm not funny, will I get a job, or will I get this role or that role? Like, that just wasn't a problem for me back then, because I never had those roles anyway. I was working a regular job, I was just going out there and just doing this for fun. So for a period of time, bro, I think for about like 2 or 3 months, man, I was just doing this for fun.
Oh, really?
And during
Like weekly, every week you would do it.
yeah, they had Wednesdays. They had Wednesdays, and they had I think Wednesdays.
So you're just talking about good 10 to 12 sessions at least that you just kept going.
I just kept going, and it was just 5-minute spots.
But did you have some like early, like people were laughing, or was it just a slow grind or what?
Slow grind lah. Got like
Slow
chuckles
grind.
here and there lah. And then when I didn't realize what I was supposed to talk about. I think I was talking about, I don't know what I was talking about, like maybe Lil Wayne. So I mean, that time Lil Wayne was like the new rapper that started using autotune apart from T-Pain. So I was like, why is his voice like that? Can you imagine him like ordering McDonald's or some shit like that? Like, man, I don't know, like what I was, some dumb shit like that lah. So then when I guess slowly when I was really absorbing what I was going through, because when I was in school in Malaysia, I was in Malacca, and I went to an all Chinese school, and I experienced racism there, not only as a Malay in an all Chinese school in a country where the Malay is a majority and there is resentment between the two races socially, right? I was also being resented for being Singaporean. Okay, so I had Singapore, the Singaporean and the Malayness that's doubly attacking me. So if they don't attack me for being Malay, they attack me for being Singaporean, right? And then when I go into a work setting, I realized that there's a lot of things that happen, and there's a lot of things that are not working in my favor because of my race. You know, when I say not working in my favor, as in like, how to say, maybe I sometimes feel, I don't know if this is just me, but I sometimes feel like if I walk into a corporate meeting, you know, as a Malay guy, like I don't feel like they take me seriously, like there's less credibility or something, you know, but that might be a paranoia that just exists within me, but it does make, I do feel that way sometimes. So I guess with that, I started to, you know what, I should talk about these experiences through the open mic. Right? So when I started making the jokes about my experience as a Malay man, my perspective as a Malay man in Singapore, which a lot of the times were racial experiences that had to do with racial stereotypes, it was very real to me, you know, to talk about those things, because not only were those things the things I was facing, those were also the things that my boys were joking about, you know, when we sit down in the coffee shop or whatever, when we say things behind closed doors, those were the things that we were talking about. So I was just trying to take that conversation
and put it on stage.
Yeah. So when I started doing that, then I realized that, oh, okay, this is my perspective. I should just go with it. Yeah. And then as time progresses, you know, the material and the taste also progress with time. Yeah. So that's during this special is, I guess, the most recent evolution of
so you do feel a big leap, a big start. So if someone watches it, it would be something that is, hey, wow, this is a like Fuzz 3.0 or something.
Oh yeah. Someone watching a different me, for sure.
Oh really?
They're watching a different
that's
me for
cool,
sure.
man.
Yeah, watching a different me for sure. I try to switch it up, bro.
Yeah. That is cool. So looking back, you know, as you recounted your first stand-up experience, is there anything you would have done differently as an aspiring, like let's say you got a time machine? No,
that ignorance helped me, bro.
Like no, even the years after that.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I would do the Netflix special a bit differently. Yeah. I would have paced those jokes better. I would have told those jokes better. But those jokes are told in the way that they were told, and they have I mean, there are people that like it and there are people that don't like it, of course, obviously with anything. But if given a chance, like I would be honest to say that I would have done that special a little better. So this one is more of like, I kind of like, all right, you watch that version of me, and I know you've seen that version of me, but I'm trying to get away from that guy, you know, and I'm trying to do this now, which is also very similar to that guy. You still get some of that guy, you know, but there's this guy now that has taken the good things from that guy and has added more things. You know, it's not that I don't want that anymore. That doesn't exist. No, that's still me, man. You know, so all the good things you saw from that, I'm gonna transfer it over here. But the bad things you saw, like you know, I guess in the space that I was at that time and the space that I am now, two different points of view and two different head spaces. And I think COVID did a number. COVID made you really reflect and force you to watch your shit and force you to like reflect on your material. And you're like, damn, y'all watching that? All right. So yeah, man. Yeah, fast forward to now. That's a hell of a promo for my special, guys.
Dude, this one, I mean, it felt from the heart, man.
Fuck, man. Then what your ready guys gonna talk about now? Oh, we came here to hear Fuzz.
Hey, no,
actually,
talk about the uncle.
You'd be quite surprised. They actually enjoy a lot of the creative process, lah.
Really?
Yeah, from different types of creators, whether it's directors or
like
actors.
Just now, I was looking at my phone because we did post on our Reddit and there are some questions for you, but I think a lot of it was on the craft. Okay, there was the stuff about cultural ignorance, racism, which we talked about. But someone did say
Terrence is the most restless this podcast. Can I just say, restless as fuck, bro.
It's just
guy.
the equipment, the equipment.
Yeah, I know, right? He's holding on to his headphones. Like, yeah. So How?
I'm listening to every
I know. It's just that you're such a multitasker.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
I'm doing Chinese Indian, but I'm the IT
yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
Rabak.
that's a joke that has happened many times, but it's true lah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's totally true.
So what part of you is Indian, bro?
Not the drinking.
Yeah, I don't drink
Not the
much. I don't eat spicy
prata,
food. I can't speak mother tongue. My mother tongue. I'm okay with IT, but the hardcore IT, the tech stuff like this, that's Terrence. I don't know, man.
You gotta get matchmade. That's
Bro,
the last- that's the
I
last
don't.
part.
I happy already.
No, I know happy already, but
Happy
just
already.
for the sake of the happiness of your mom,
No.
matchmake with the one that you're with now.
No, you know the thing is about the matchmaking market also, right?
Yeah.
After I left the corporate world, my stock price went down, no? The number of the proposals that came in totally went to zero.
Get your current girlfriend to propose to your mom so that
No,
it might
because
look
the
like a
thing is-
matchmaking.
No, the thing is my mom cannot because my girlfriend's not Cindy. Matchmake must be Cindy,
yeah,
Cindy.
Bro, do you see a problem there?
What?
Do you see why you gotta be like that? Why can't you just cross matchmake, bro?
Then it
Spice
is a
things
different type of matchmaker. That's like next level matchmaker. You have the federal court, you have Supreme Court. I only go to the
Hey,
federal
Malay also
matchmaker.
got no matchmake. Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Got. Sometimes like you really like die and then you just tell your mom like just find me one. Your mom will go out there, right? And your mom will look and then be like, oh,
The Mark G network,
sometimes God no, like there's one time when I was still staying in my parents' house, my dad would wake me up, right, and be like, this my what?
Really?
My friend's daughter, my friend's daughter. See, you see. Now I'm looking at her, I'm like, yo, man, she got nappy hair, bro. I can't. Like, like sometimes I'm looking at her, I was like, yo, like at least shower lah before you take this photo. Like, yeah, so Rabah, I don't really trust my mom. My mom and dad's taste when it comes to like matchmaking me, right? It's the same taste they have when they buy me clothes. It's just
cannot.
corny as fuck, right?
Yeah, cannot.
I'm not trying to say I'm too good for anything, but I'm too good for their choices, that's for sure.
Cannot. Can't. That's just. I mean, like, because my mom also has done that thing, show Facebook and all.
Yeah.
And cannot. Like, it's a Facebook profile. I don't know whether my mom and her friends think Facebook encapsulates everything about a person. But no,
I think they do though.
Yeah, I think they do.
I think they do. Because at the rate of them forwarding all these chain messages to us, right?
Well,
I
the
think they
internet
believe.
is gospel. Lah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
internet-
I
internet is
don't know why.
gospel.
Last time, during their time, got chain letters also. What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they think that?
No, because the chain letters will say forward this to something and you die, blah blah. But these WhatsApp messages don't say that. So if it has that disclaimer, then they know it's a chain letter.
Right.
If don't have,
I
then it's
remember
not chain
being in
letter.
school in 98 when
Yeah.
I was in primary school. And
Yeah.
then like they're saying like if you receive a chain letter, this is not real. This is,
Yeah.
like we actually learn about that in school. And
Yeah.
now like the exact thing that is happening on WhatsApp.
Parents are becoming
Bruh,
kids lah. Parents are
bruh.
becoming kids.
My mom WhatsApp me the cure for COVID. I think about like 17 times. 17
Is it?
different cures. What? You boil ginger lah.
Turmeric all lah.
Turmeric lah. All kinds of things. You get in
Yeah.
the hot sun. All kinds of people that wrote all kinds of theory about dealing with COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she believes them all.
Does your mom listen to podcasts?
I don't think so. I think she listens to radio more.
Radio.
radio,
Yeah, same.
I think she
I've
listens
told
to
my
radio.
mom about podcast, but she just hasn't tried listening at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just now I was saying that I was looking at my phone because there were questions that came in,
Yeah.
and they literally did say, okay, what is the greatest challenge you face about being a stand-up comedian in Singapore? If you could start over, how would you do it differently?
nice.
If you weren't a comic, what would you be doing?
Yeah, actually, what will you be doing? If
Yeah.
you
First of all, I like the way you work those questions into conversation because it just shows your experience in this podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Right,
Yeah, there were
yeah,
other
right.
questions that you
Right.
addressed already.
Yeah. And I didn't catch it at all. I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that you were working those questions in. Because if I caught it, I'd be like, Harish, don't insult my intelligence.
No, because it's as long. That's why I think whenever we do with guests, we try and keep it as organic as possible. And if these questions don't get answered, for us, our conversation is more important, lah.
Yeah, and it really, it didn't catch me at all. So what you're saying, like, if I didn't do stand up, what would I do? At this point of my life, bro, I really don't fucking know, man. Yeah,
But you referenced you were having a job while you started out, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I
what
was
that?
working odd jobs, bro. I was working as a paintball facilitator at Bottle Tree Park at this place called Red Dynasty. Shout out to Red Dynasty Paintball Park. Yeah, those guys were helping me out. I had a job there. It was a fun job. I was facilitating games and stuff, and that's where like doing the safety briefing. I guess that's where I learned how to like speak to big crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
Slip a little bit of jokes here and there. I was a host for rock and roll gigs, underground rock and roll gigs. You know, people who like rock. There was a small little 80s glam rock scene. Shout out to anybody who's been a part of that. In the early 2000s, you know, I guess they were people like, there were these bands called Gutter Bones, Bad Obsession. You know, shout out to those bands. They were the ones that running a little small.
No politics.
This guy is just it's going down again.
The light.
Shit. Oh shit. Yeah, you need a fucking peg lah, bro.
That's one thing. COVID lah, we haven't been back to office.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah, for those of you listening, the light is being a naughty light today.
Yeah, okay. So
Fucking naughty light.
I was hosting those gigs. There was the small little 80s glam rock scene back then. You know, of these bands that love that music, and I was a part of that. And I guess every single every single fucking equipment is just fucking
All excited.
No, every time Terrence pays attention to us, the equipment's like, hey man, focus on me.
He's really like a dad, you know, like talking to the friends and all.
And then the kids are all
kids are quick.
Fuck, I gotta get back to this story, dude. Fuck, man, I'm never ending this story. Yeah. So, so if I wasn't doing stand up, I'll probably be on my way to doing stand up. You know, like
I think that's the thing about a skill that is so focused and such a craft that, I mean, like, let's say even last year for us, like when things were going to like the future of media and TV shows and all was like, wow, a bit murky. I also was thinking, what? There's nothing else I want to do. There's nothing else that, if I were to go on the market, like what the hell do I do? So I think it's a blessing and a curse, lah. Because to me it was very clear that okay, this is what I want to do, I should be doing, but having to realize that, it's like a bit, well, what else lah? What else can you do? You know?
I think at this point of my career, I just want to be as cliche as it sounds, the best that I can be in this craft. Because I've chosen this craft when I was a lot younger, and this was like 11, 12 years ago. I've spent so much time on it, you know, and I don't want to leave after I've spent so much time on it, because I have a genuine love for it, you know, and, you know, fuck the money, fuck the fame or whatever. I just want to be able to keep on doing this, you know. And the fact that you're able to do this, you'll be able to be in a comedy club with a packed room and just tell jokes. It's just the most beautiful feeling in the world. I feel like we're in that safe space where everybody just wants to laugh. Nobody's attacking each other. Nobody's getting too riled up about something. And if anybody is planning to get riled up, they won't be there anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of environment is just so liberating, you know, just to be there and just like, look, man, we know there's a lot of fucked up things that are happening around the world, but we gotta let a little bit of air out of this ball. You know, it's over here in this room is not that serious. Outside in the world, it is that serious. But if you guys ever want a break and we want to just talk about it and just just let the steam out for a while, then come in. You get into this room, we just let the steam out, and then the moment we exit this room, then we can face the issues like how we face them. You know, so that kind of, I guess that option was it was like a red room option for me. You know, like you go in and then you just do whatever you need to do, and then you get out so that you can function in society, and that's that was very crucial for a lot of the comics actually. And
so going forward, like, you are planning more live events as and when the powers that be.
I don't know when this will be out, but like on the 2nd or on the 3rd, I'm doing an open mic.
This should be out. Within today or
2nd or 3rd July.
Sure. Yeah, July. 2nd or 3rd July. I'm doing an open mic. So if you guys are listening to this at this point and you're interested to come and watch, come on down to you just go to my Instagram, and I have the details there.
Okay, so I mean, on that note, people have been listening. I mean, we still have our One Shiok Thing for the end of the podcast. But
what is this?
It's the final segment. It's the
No,
special
what is
segment.
I'll
come to that. I'll come to that.
Boy.
I'll come to that. But where can people find you? Like, you have a special that's coming out. You have this upcoming open mic. Where should people find you? And what is the handle and all?
At Fakkah Fuzz, man. FAKKAH FUZZ. You know, that's where all the information is.
On Instagram,
Instagram,
Facebook, TikTok.
Instagram, Facebook. Not so much on Facebook, but it's still there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
These four mediums. I post different kind of content on it.
Yeah.
However, that's where you can find me, and that's where you can find the updates.
Okay. Yeah.
So what is this Shiok thing, bro? What Shiok thing, bro? You
One
doing?
Shiok Thing. No, every episode. I think since the first Yalabat episode, right? It was something we never
yeah.
did on the mushroom.
Yeah.
But every week,
called
every
the
episode,
mushroom?
Ministry of Funny, MOF.
Oh,
mushroom.
mushroom.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not mosh like mosh pit still sounds cool.
Yeah,
but
I know. I
it's
thought it
not
was a
moshroom.
mushroom. It's mushroom.
Mushroom.
It's
So
worse
we have
than
to
I thought.
explain.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah. They're around explaining.
Yeah,
Oh,
more
boy.
explaining. That's why we're like,
Oh,
okay.
boy.
So this One Shiok Thing is at the end of every episode, we just share one thing we came across in the past few days that can be shared with our audience lah. So it's not something like your mom's cooking or something, but it's maybe some video you watch or some place you went to eat. So people listening can also experience it if they want to lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Start
so
first,
maybe Terence, what is your One Shiok Thing?
Actually, I just saw this meme that really interested me because I felt like it's a meme that required like a very good understanding of what's been going on with COVID lah. But when you get it, it just was and you'll just laugh lah. So you know how we've been discussing this like the Sinovac, like Pfizer versus the Moderna has been the new iPhone versus Android discussion. And then Sinovac is like, it's from China, it's terrible, it doesn't work and everything.
Yeah.
But then apparently, if you go to those private clinics that offer Sinovac, they've been up to the brim with requests from Chinese boomers. All these Chinese boomers all rushing to get the Sinovac vaccine.
Because they think the Pfizer one has got a microchip in it or something.
Exactly, yeah. All this kind of fake news shit.
Nice.
So that to me is quite funny that
Nice.
Chinese Singaporeans are going nuts over it.
Yeah, because the Sinovac one is the one with the fucking chip. Like the Pfizer one, they should know that that's the one that.
No, yeah.
I'm like, wait.
So
what?
that's
Is that a chain
reverse
letter?
propaganda. But there's literally anger from, or at least like what we hear is anger from Chinese people that Singaporean authorities have rejected Sinovac, right?
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
We discussed that as a topic also.
Yeah.
So that is the issue, right? But then Chinese boomers still going nuts over it. So someone created a meme where you just put, MOH to make Sinovac available in private clinics.
Yeah.
Then the bottom half of it, they put the screenshot from the first Ip Man, the Kung Fu film Ip Man, right? The first one where he says, 我要打10个. Which is, I want to, there was this scene, very famous scene where he wants to, I want to beat up 10 people.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
And then, but in Chinese, right, 我要打, I mean, I want to fight. Or 我要打, I want to inject. It's the same word. So when the guy says 我要打10个 as the meme for like the Sinovac, it's like a Chinese boomer saying, I want to get 10 of the Sinovac vaccines.
It's so damn though. It's so damn though to do that.
Yeah, so I was like, oh god, this meme is like, my mind's
Multi-level
exploding on
lah,
multi-levels.
You saw it on what, Reddit or something?
On Reddit, and then that meme kickstarted a whole long discussion about how in Reddit it's very ageist. They are making fun of Chinese boomers. Yeah, so I was like,
Is that
shit.
racist or ageist? I don't know, man.
Ageist because I mean the young people are all laughing at older people for choosing Sinovac.
That's
right?
been how it's been since the beginning of Once you get old, you lame,
yeah,
bro.
And
Like,
the thing
just-
that's about age, right? Everybody goes through the same age,
yeah,
lah, right?
really. Why don't lah? Just because you
Ageist.
insecure that you're getting old. We all getting older, bro. Like, I know how you feel, man. I'm not cool anymore too. You know,
Yeah,
let's just sit here. You know, let's just enjoy this. Let them be cool.
Yeah, so that I mean, and then that scene from Iman was a very famous scene and everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just thought that meme just was crazy on so many levels. But when I sent it to people,
Really
like
blew his mind, bro.
when I sent it to people, I got no response. So
Why
people
did you send
didn't
to me?
understand. Because it's have you watched Iman?
No.
Yeah, lah, exactly lah. You know,
That was a great save, by the way. That was a great save.
yeah,
You could
exactly.
have you could have
I
said
know.
anything else.
I could have gone Tan Boon Lee on you.
Yeah. But you saved it like you didn't
This
want
is a
it.
joke of my
It was
people.
Nice
okay?
one,
Not for you.
Terrence.
Not
Nice
for
one,
you.
bro.
So I mean, you know the scene and everything.
I know.
right? Martial arts fan. Martial arts fan.
I know. But
Yeah, so I was like, no, but I sent to a lot of people and there was no response. I was
Really,
like,
yeah?
oh shit, is it
In
my-
WhatsApp groups or something, is it?
WhatsApp groups, everything. And I was like, is it just like our sense of humor just stuck match already?
no
Like,
lah.
Yeah, maybe,
I
yeah.
think it's just Wait, tak match as in like because you're older or what?
No,
Because
with
you
your
must-
friends lah.
You
Like
must understand the context of, all
your
the-
humor doesn't match your friend's humor.
Yeah,
lah.
yeah. And I was quite
Yeah.
disappointed, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that
shit,
sucks, man. When you evolve and they haven't.
No, but it's not say evil because we are in the line of comedy, right? I think like when I see my friends also grow up, there are some. No, I think most of my close friends still on the same page, but other people my age, it's just very different mindsets. Very different perspectives. Like I like some stupid shit also. Sometimes there's a TikTok video which fucking is just so funny, but yeah.
But I think this one maybe is because we just read too much news.
Yeah.
Such that we know
Oh,
different
the,
levels of we know this vaccine, all that. But most people they don't really follow as closely. So
You
Yeah.
all definitely know more than me. That's for a fact.
I mean, we kind of have to because of Yalabat. Like this
Because-
podcast
yeah,
forces us to keep informed. Lah.
yeah.
Damn, that,
So-
that must be depressing to some level.
It is. It is.
It
Like,
is, right?
it's depressing when someone tells a joke like this meme, and then I get it and I laugh out loud. Then I send it and nobody laughs. But I'm trying to share with people. Please laugh with me.
Okay. I'm pretty sure, man. I think this covers a wide net, of people, and you're gonna find at least 10 people that will laugh with you. And
hope so.
trust me, brother, that's all you need.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
10 people.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
all you
show.
need.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So my one shook thing is this article I read recently. Have you all heard of the website Gumroad? I think I told you about it first. Have you heard of Gumroad?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's this website that was started by this guy a few years ago, and his whole goal was to help creators sell their stuff lah, like monetize lah. So he was the first person who coded this thing where by sending a link you can charge people lah. Like you send them a link to this PDF, you can charge it. You can get money from that. So he started it a few years ago. But the article is called "Reflecting on My Failure to Build a $1 billion Company." Because this guy, when he was 17, he was employee number 2 at Pinterest.
Okay.
And he was on track to become like a billionaire, but he left to build this. And why I thought it's relevant is because his company was doing fucking well, and then it stopped growing, started tanking, and then it came down back to just him. And he was at a point where, okay, I was doing so well in the tech career, I was doing this, but what kept him going was the fact that he just wanted to help creators lah.
Right.
And so slowly he built up the company, and now it's doing very well. And when I see businesses that want to help creators, I always have like, oh fuck, that's an awesome business. And I think everyone should check out his website. But the story was very interesting because he talked about how for the longest time he thought he wanted to be a billionaire. He thought he wanted to do this. But then slowly he realized what he really wanted to do. And just now, like when you were talking about, your craft and how that is what you want to do. Yeah, I always find like, and like in this, now everything like fucking big tech, everybody's like some companies, as much as just now you were saying that the pandemic is like fucking things up for everyone, certain companies are doing fucking well.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So when I read this, I was like, hey, this is a nice alternative mindset that you don't really hear in the tech world. And I thought it was a good, very, very open and honest sharing of his own journey. So I thought it was,
it's a post or
yeah, on Medium.
Oh, okay, Medium.
So it's a 2-part post. And
so Medium is basically where you can go to write your own essay.
Yeah,
and
can.
publish it, and it looks very nice and everything.
Yeah, it's just very easy to read, and like it's meant for I don't know, something about the algorithm and some shit lah. So I think and I was talking to you about this because when you're thinking about your special, right, how to release it and all. Yeah, so the platform is cool, but this guy's story, I was like, hey, shit. Feels like a human tech founder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys really prepare for this segment?
Actually,
No,
it's
I'm kidding.
like now second nature. Every time read something like, hey, this one can be one shook segment, like one shook thing. Yeah.
Because you don't want to be so negative, sometimes we can talk about really
I understand.
heavy shit here.
Yeah.
My one shock thing, let me think. Recently, I've been in a rabbit hole of documentaries, like a lot of music documentaries.
Okay.
I even old ones that I watched along with the new ones. There's a new one called This Is Pop, which is new on Netflix, but it's kind of like hip hop evolution, but for pop music. You know,
okay.
so you get to learn about the history of pop music. You get to learn about the evolution of like the use of auto-tune and the use of and how it changed from like boy bands to ballads and all that. It's just music history. I'm a very big music history fan, particularly hip hop, but generally the culture of MTV and pre-MTV and MTV culture. I love it. I love that. That's my favorite time in music. Yeah. And also now I also
Wait, sorry, you said pre-MTV.
that means it's like the 70s, like the Stones and Beatles and all that.
Before there were like music videos around and all that. Okay.
So now I also watch documentaries on like the hip hop artists now, people like Travis Scott and all that. But I think particularly out of all those documentaries, I will take a break and watch stand up. Right, and so when I go into this rabbit hole and my brain hurts, I go and watch stand up. But I picked someone recently who is a legend at stand up, and I didn't realize his brilliance until I started diving into his work. You should dive into Bill Hicks. Yeah, he died at 32 years old of pancreatic cancer, but he's actually one of the first few American comedians who explored a very unconventional way of performing, an unconventional way of thinking. He really thought out of the box. And, he touched topics like the war on drugs, the military, smoking or law enforcement. And then his school of thought of like how cynical comedians are now, like those kind of comedians that are very cynical on stage, or when somebody gives a very detailed perspective on something and spins it, like he was kind of like the foundation to all that. Like if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be people like Bill Burr, people like Joe Rogan, or that wouldn't exist. If it weren't for somebody like Bill Hicks and before him probably Sam Kinison laying down the foundation of that. Yeah. So if you watch Hicks, you probably your attention span you have to be a bit patient, because he doesn't tailor to your attention span now, because this was shot like in 1991 and earlier. But if you stay long enough, you will see some of the gold in between, and you're like, wow, you were thinking that back then. So one of his jokes that I found really funny was, he said, you always hear a very common story about people on drugs, right? People on drugs, kid thought he could fly, went up to the 8th floor, jumped, couldn't fly, died. Well, I say, fuck him. So one less idiot in the world. If you really could fly, why didn't you start from the ground?
That is
Actually, you
true.
always hear that. Our test flight, you go up to
That's
the...
like, you don't see ducks taking the elevator to the top floor, right? Just to fly, right? They start from the ground. So if you really could fly, why couldn't you start? I don't think it's a drug problem. I
Even
think it's
Spider-Man, right? The movie must go to the roof and jump
Yeah.
from building to building.
This guy's an idiot. Like, it's an idiot problem. So,
Yeah.
so he was joking about that, lah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've heard comedians talk about him, but I haven't seen his stuff. You found it on YouTube
he's
or like
very,
on...
very eccentric. But it's enough. The eccentric is enough to keep you sort of glued because I want to see the gold in his writing. Of course, some of the things don't translate well to now, lah. Like he uses certain vernaculars and certain terms that now it won't really pass, lah. Now, but it was okay. But like I said, the line was there back then. Now the line has moved, right? But just the concept, and I guess the technique, the concept, the template, the structure can be reflected in like today's stand-up, and you can see like the people who used to watch him and how they have kind of like incorporated his style into their stand-up. Yeah, his way of thought and his breaking down of things and his out of the box kind of thinking. And I think Joe Rogan said it once in his podcast. He went to the Comedy Store and one of those comedy clubs in LA, where at the back at the dressing room there is a big sign that says "Don't Hicks it."
Oh,
Don't fix it.
really?
Don't
Don't
hicks
copy
it.
his style.
Yeah. Because
Wow, he died when he was 32. That's young,
Yeah, young. Smoke like a motherfucker though.
And legend already by then.
Legend already lah by then. Yeah, legend already by then.
Wow.
Yeah. Usually I'm really into like black comedians. Like that's just my genre of comedy that I love. But he's probably one of the few white comedians that I'm like, wow, okay. Like him, Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries, Louis C.K. unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean he was the GOAT for a long time.
Yeah.
Until he stopped being the GOAT. But
Yeah.
as long as he was, like George Carlin.
Yeah,
So
George Carlin,
around that kind of genre. Like Carlin took it to the next level, of course.
Yeah.
But Hicks was the guy.
Wow, serious? Wow, that's cool.
So
I'm
wait,
always
you
curious,
can't find. Where do you find if you want to watch his
YouTube,
stuff?
bro.
Oh, YouTube.
YouTube.
okay.
If you can't get YouTube, Netflix also. Netflix got a Hicks documentary, and Netflix has a Hicks special. 3 of Hicks specials. A lot of them same jokes because he didn't live long enough to develop a new hour.
Full
So they
special.
kind of took like 3 different occasions when he was telling those jokes and where the jokes evolved, and they sold it as 3 different specials.
I see.
But in the 3 there are similar jokes, there are same jokes, but there are addition to those jokes, and those jokes have been told different as well. But you know, because he died early, didn't really get the chance to, like, I guess, you know, have a completely new one. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't, although I might be saying this out of a place of ignorance though, because I haven't watched. There's one on Netflix I haven't watched yet. I've only watched 2, and I've only watched 2, and the material translates.
I see.
Like
I see.
the same material. I see the same material sometimes, so I kind of see what they're doing.
But there's a lot of him on YouTube that anyone can find, lah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hicks.
that is cool.
Anyone can find. Yeah.
Cool.
Go and get Bill Hicks, man. You go and get on it. Some of you might like it, some of you might think it's weird, but you know, that's probably what he wants.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. All right, dude, that was a pretty awesome One Shiok thing.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's
Nerdy
cool.
lah, very stand-up thing lah. Just, you know, just what I like.
Dude, I was talking about an article about some guy talking about building that's nerdy as fuck. Our One Shiok thing also sometimes fucking nerdy one.
Very nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally cool. But yeah,
Thanks for having me on this podcast,
dude,
man.
thanks so
Loved
much
it.
for coming, man.
Fucking loved it, bro.
Maybe when your special's out, let's
Yeah, we
can
get
do
you
this
back again.
Can I? If the audience want, if you know.
Confirm can. Got people saying you're their favorite stand-up comedian in Singapore.
You sure lah?
Yeah.
Oh, steady lah.
Go and check out Reddit.
Check out Reddit.
Where is it? Harry? I off already. No, Harry, show me. No, off already, bro. Don't have anyone.
Fuck you,
Off already.
understand. I show you. Fakkah Fuzz is you see, can read it now.
Okay.
Right, long comment or no, bro. Okay, but dude, thanks so much for
Thanks so much.
joining us, man.
Hey, thank you for having me,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to everybody. You know, watch the special. Come to the shows. Stay strong. That's all, I guess. Right?
Can.
And don't be racist. That's it. Yo, you guys just calm down. Tell your mothers and grandmothers, all old people or young people, if you're thinking of doing racist things, do it in your house.
Yeah, do it in your house.
Just do it in your house. Do it in your house. Not to other people's house. Not to other people, just in your house. If you have to do it lah.
Now people say Fakkah Fuzz say can do it in the house one.
Wow. No, I am not naive enough to think that you're gonna stop altogether. I urge you to stop. But if you are gonna do it, just don't do it to other people. Just do it to yourself. Okay, just be stupid by your own merit. Okay.
Very wise.
Okay, cool.
Alright, cool.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks.
And to all listening, see y'all soon. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Hey.